Well, my name is Rick, and I'm sailing Frog's Leap. I'm currently in Cruz de Huanacaxtle on Banderas Bay, very close to Puerto Vallarta. Landfall in 1 hour. Let me show you this. My name is Rick. I got my sea legs when I was in the Coast Guard, and I commanded a boat much like this one. Today, I take my small sailboat on coastal passages in search of adventure. In this season, I'm heading south from Banderas Bay with the intention of returning to the Caribbean Sea via the Panama Canal. Living the pirate life. Woo! I can't believe how much the temperature drops when the storm gets here. I am really cold. It's crazy. It's so cold that I'm shivering right now. And I know it's not cold, but I've become acclimated. Well, I just got back on the boat. Landfall should be in about an hour. So I think what I'm going to do right now is fire up the radio, and that'll also fire up my wind instrument so I can keep an eye on this wind speed too.
North side of the bay, we're seeing about 20 to 25 knots.
Yeah, this satellite image really does a good job of illustrating how well organized this storm is and how well defined the eye of this storm is.
That through the next hour, we could see some massive wind shifts, could see some pretty high gusts. We could have a whiplash effect. Of course, power is going to be going on and off like crazy. We're going to get through this pretty quickly, being that it's starting to get into a land effect.
All right, we're getting about as much wind as we've had, so I'm going to go check it out, see what we're getting. Well, I think I saw 36 knots on that one. Well, I'll record more if these gusts sound like they're coming in hotter. All right, let's go check it out. Oh, there's a lot of leaves and stuff around. Took this off to film some wind speed, and I think the wind got it last night, the cover. Shoot. That's where the leaves came from, these bushes. Other than those bushes, doesn't look bad at all. Well, normally boats don't stay at this slip for very long. These two must have come just to escape the storm. Ooh, we've got a winner. Wow, could have been a lot worse. I think we dodged a bullet on this one for sure. I can see why the Sierra Madre Mountains, it's a big deal here. Can a hurricane get into Banderas Bay, to Puerto Vallarta, to La Cruz? It can, but the door is narrow. So let me show you my galley freshwater system. This is pretty much it. I don't have a traditional stove. I have a jet boil on a swivel mount. The mount's right there. I do have a big monster 1 gallon accumulator tank, which I got because it was stainless steel. And so I've got the matching stainless steel filter with the stainless steel pressure tank. I don't know that I'm going to keep that because it is so large. You can go quite a bit smaller and get it much more tucked up into the corner, so I may do that. But anyway, let me trace this out for you. The fresh water comes from the tank. This is facing forward, so the front comes down to that T right there. The one that continues down here is to the foot pump. It's unfiltered. And then for the filtered water comes up here, runs through the strainer, and then strainer to the pump, pump to the accumulator tank to the filter, and filter directly to the faucet. That faucet is where I'm filling my water bottles from. I'm drinking right out of that faucet. So that is the source of fresh water on Frog's Leap. When I knew I was done sailing for the year, I pressed the tank with fresh water and put a liter of white vinegar in there. So it's been sitting in there for probably 6 months, 5 months maybe. Because otherwise you can get growth and stuff in there, and now you have a problem. You really want to go sailing, and now you got this big problem, right? So we don't want any problems. We want to go sailing. So I threw the vinegar in there. Now I'm running it all out of the tank. But what I think is if I disconnected the filter and let it run free, it would be a lot quicker to empty the tank. Towards the end of the 2003 cruising season, I could tell the pressure that was coming out of this faucet was starting to get less and less. And of course, the big indicator that the filter needs to be replaced is the loss of pressure. The one on this side that was getting me hung up. All right, well, hopefully that's not going to be a problem. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy because I've never done this before. Whoa. All right, so we'll see if I did this well or not. Wow, the filter canister looks very clean still. And this is the filter. We'll pull this off. And then reconnect everything, and then let it run again. I think the filter was actually making it to where it was hard to there was too much resistance, you know. Well, now with no resistance from that filter, I should get some good flow out of the spigot, out of the faucet, out of the humdinger. I don't know. Yeah. I gotta open the valve. Yeah. All right, let's try again. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, that'll empty it fast. Woohoo! Well, when you lay up your boat, well, first you have to decide, do you leave the water tanks empty or do you fill them? I prefer leaving them filled. So if you fill them, you have the problem of stagnant water. Stagnant water is going to have a tendency to produce algae growth and be a very nurturing place for things like bacteria. And so you come back to your boat and everything smells gross, and now you have a bigger problem on your hands. So the idea is to make the environment in that tank during the layup period slightly inhospitable to those bacteria such that algae doesn't want to grow. And white vinegar does that. Now I've flushed the tank, so there's nothing in it now. I'm going to go over to the marina office, order some water, and do the first flush. I don't know if I'm going to just do the one or if I might do 2 flushes. I'll probably just do the one, but I'll taste it either way. Well, thanks for watching this week's episode of Sailing Frog's Leap. If you haven't subscribed, you want to do that because you don't want to miss next week's episode. We've got baby turtles that need help. We've got garbage on the beach. Yeah, next week's going to be epic. Subscribe. For real-time updates, check out Sailing Frog's Leap on Instagram.